So there's a theory that people think Cenat is Diddy.
I am so in love with the amount of things I have learned. I have visual and writing representation of everything in this journal that I have learned, and I cannot wait to share it with the world.
That's obviously a wild conspiracy and claim to make, but we're gonna see if that is true or not in this video, along with exploring some other theories that have been absolutely blowing up. Guys, you won't want to miss a single clip.
So there's a theory that people think Cenat is Diddy. It's in the way that we don't think though. There's literally a hella TikToks of people saying Cenat is Diddy. Look at this.
Okay, let's see.
They kind of look alike. They kind of look alike. Look, keep watching. Yo, they actually look alike, right? Just like a younger version. They did like a number calculation of the names. Diddy and Cenat both equal number 20. Like that, right? But check this out, ready? If you ever watch the movie Substance, this is the only way it could be true. The theory goes that the whole thing in the Substance, putting, I guess, your consciousness, your person, making a younger version of yourself is something that's common in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's a theory. Now, if you think about it, it's very similar to what Diddy used to do and kind of like Diddy used to throw big, extravagant events, parties. What is Kai doing on stream? Hella poker.
So obviously there may be some overlap and some things that both of these people do similarly. I'm not 100% sure I'm convinced yet, but let's hear what this woman has to say next.
Apparently there's a theory going around about Cenat and P. Diddy. So one of the biggest things that really got people talking was Cenat's appearance. After Cenat cut his dreads and started wearing shorter hairstyles, the internet immediately started pulling up pictures of younger Diddy and putting them side by side. Because people started pointing out the face, the smile, certain expressions, even the way Kai looks in certain pictures, and they're saying the resemblance is getting stronger. Once the pictures started going viral, people started going back and looking at old pictures of Kai in old videos, comparing how he looked then to how he looks now. That's when people was like, wait a minute, why does it seem like the more successful Kai gets, the more he starts to resemble Diddy? Some people started joking and saying that Kai was Diddy's secret son, while others took it way farther and just started pushing this whole destiny swap theory. According to the original conspiracy theory, a short definition of destiny swapping is basically when a person's life path, success, influence, or energy somehow gets transferred to another person. Again, there is no evidence that anybody literally swapped destinies. We know that. But here's where I think it gets interesting. Diddy represents a certain larger than life, entertainment figure. Somebody who wasn't famous for necessarily just one thing, music, parties, celebrities, business, cultural. He was just everything, everywhere. And now you have Kai, who comes from a completely different generation and a completely different industry. But he's also become someone that can bring celebrities, artists, entertainers, athletes into his world, So I think part of what people are really noticing isn't necessarily a destiny swap. It may be that Kai is becoming one of the major entertainment pillars in his generation. So you guys tell me in the comments what you think.
So of course you can argue that these two figures kind of look similar, maybe kind of, when they were both around the same age, they looked somewhat similar. However, I think this theory might be reaching a little bit, but you never know with the world how it is nowadays.
Be delusional. Be so crazy to where people can't understand what is going on in your head. What I'm about to tell you guys is this: when you guys are living your life, be so crazy and delusional about whatever dream you have. Your dreams should sound crazy. I repeat, your dreams should sound crazy. I am so in love with the amount of things I have learned. I have visual and writing representation of everything in this journal that I have learned, and I cannot wait to share it with the world to inspire everybody else. With this book, with this journal, I'm going to put a part of what I'm working on right now, and I hope that everybody that's ordered, and I hope that I'm able to do it, but everybody that orders can get one. But if not, I'm gonna have this go digitally online. I don't care.
So of course, we all know that this man has seen immense amount of success, especially in the past 2 years, seemingly kind of coming out of nowhere. there. Of course, it didn't actually happen like that, but just, you know, how quickly he rose to fame. Some people may think that he quote unquote sold his soul.
The real theory of why Oliver Tree was killed was because he was gonna release a documentary about Antarctica.
Oh!
Do you know about that? I didn't know he was releasing a doc. See, that's the thing. Like, people don't take him serious. So he was on an interview and he was like, yo, I was in Antarctica playing a gig for like 20 people. But then I saw in Reddit, he was gonna drop a whole documentary with his album talking about the conspiracies of Antarctica. And he was saying he found the ice wall and he found an entrance to the hollow earth, Carlos.
The one on the right, that small one, that's probably for a smaller ship. Get a close up of that.
This is him
When I
in
get
Antarctica.
a chance to go up in there. Are you? 1, 2, 3, 4.
And he was gonna release this out with the album. And then so this is the intro of the documentary. It got leaked.
President of Alien Boy Records. We're the label that brought you such hits as Ugly is Beautiful.
He's
commercial
making fun of the
favors,
elites.
little outfits to his downright embarrassing haircuts. We make him sing and dance like a stupid little monkey. We created Oliver Tree.
That's symbolism. You trying to take me down? Let me release this.
There's a whole other side where it's almost like he's playing a joke, like he's aware, or he's actually being used as like a puppet.
Yeah.
So of course, a lot of people think that this ice wall is not man-made or natural and think that, you know, some other species may have created it instead. So that would make sense that somebody wouldn't want this to be released.
Jeffrey Epstein was performing sex magic rituals to summon entities using the methods of Aleister Crowley. Epstein was collecting sacred objects from different religious traditions and using them to charge his properties for ritual. The esoteric principle is called the law of contagion, and it basically says that sacred objects absorb the energy of everyone who has ever prayed or channeled energy into them. The first object that he stole was ancient Pueblo petroglyphs near his home, and this is also where 2 women were allegedly buried after rough fetish sex left them dead. The second item he stole was a Catholic funeral bell called the Las Trampas death bell. It was installed in a New Mexico mission church in 1760, and then it was stolen from that church in 1930s. And it went completely missing until suddenly it ends up at Jeffrey Epstein's ranch. This bell was only ever rung during Catholic funeral masses, so you can imagine the type of spiritual energy that collects on a bell from 170 years worth of grief. The third item was 3 pieces of the Kishwa, which is the cloth that covers the most sacred site in all of Islam, the Kaaba. The Kaaba is said to be the first house of worship built by Adam, the first man, and then rebuilt by Abraham. It also houses the black stone, which was given to Adam by the angel Gabriel. Originally, it was pure white, but it has turned completely black because it's absorbed so much sin. The Kishwa, which Epstein somehow received, is the black and gold cloth that covers the Kaaba in Mecca. The woman who sent this cloth to Epstein said it had been touched by 10 million Muslims in active prayer. Now, when you put all of this together, Epstein had ritual stones from one of the oldest religions on earth, a death bell only rung for Catholic funerals, and cloth from the holiest site in Islam. The mixing of different religious traditions like this is an esoteric framework. This is how he charged his spaces for ritualistic sex.
Alright, so it is very interesting, again, how there are so many different coincidences, him taking artifacts from all these different religions, all these different places, multiple different continents. It really doesn't make sense unless you put it into this perspective.
The weirdest book you've ever seen just keeps getting weirder. This guy, Dustin Goodroad, found a book while thrift shopping called King of the Jews, written by a Leslie Epstein in 1979, who looks like that. Totally not exactly like someone else of the same last name. And the strangest part is that the original video is glitching for everyone in the exact same spot. It buffers at the same timestamp for all viewers, and when it resumes, it cuts out the audio, and no one can explain why, almost like they don't want this video to get out. And now the entire account is completely gone. So I'm here to explain this as best as I can, and let's hope this video does. Just kidding. So the book is a story about a person named, get this, I.C. Trumpelman, who according to the synopsis, used his power to set up an authoritarian regime in the ghetto. His face appeared on money and stamps. His word was law. He was an alternative con man, a charismatic leader, a buffoon, and a dictator. Part savior and part executioner. I.C. Trumpelman. This is almost too exact to be true, but we haven't even scratched the surface of how deep this rabbit hole goes. The book was originally written in 1979, the year that our Donald Trump turned 33. There's that number again. Once you look into the author, Leslie Epstein, you realize it is so much more than just that. Leslie was a smart man, a scholar with degrees from Yale, Oxford, and UCLA. Oh, and his full name is Leslie Donald Epstein. For real, I really don't make this shit up. But like, I don't think anyone can deny that Leslie and Jeff, well, never mind brothers, almost look like they can be twins. Now, Leslie's dad was a man named Philip Epstein, with a PH, not an F, and yeah, straight up looks like both of their biological father. PH Philip had a twin named Julius, both of whom were screenwriters in the early days of Hollywood, and happened to be the main writers of the 1943 hit movie Casablanca. Came out during World War II, the film's release coinciding with a meeting of world leaders in Casablanca, Morocco. It happened the same month the movie came out in January 1943. Because of that, the movie was actually considered wartime propaganda, and the OSS, the early version of the CIA before it became the CIA, was somewhat involved in it. Now, in the OSS during that same time was a man named Donald Barr, who later became headmaster of the prestigious private institution Dalton School, where he hired, get ready for this, college dropout Jeffrey Epstein in 1974. Donald Barr also happened to write his own book called Space Relations, a sci-fi novel where a diplomat man is auctioned and sold to a sadistic noblewoman and becomes her partner and slave, during which the man participates with her in the sexual exploitation of an enslaved people, while enjoying his role in coercive sexual acts. And an aristocratic network of oligarchs use a rare mineral called Weinsteinite to sustain a system of slavery and abuse for political dominance. This book was written even earlier in 1973, which all kind of sounds eerily similar to...
Alright, so there are just so many coincidences, just like the entirety of, the files. There are so many different coincidences that keep popping up that really wouldn't make sense for them to be accidental, and just the fact that that person in the beginning looked exactly like someone else that we know with the same last name tells you everything that you need to know.
Conspiracy of the day. So this is a wild one. This one's about dreams. So a conspiracy is that your dreams are you tapping into the multiverse, different versions of yourself, and when you're dreaming, you're seeing through the eyes of different versions of yourself through the multiverse. But the creepy part is they say the people who stop dreaming and don't dream anymore, it's because you're the last version of yourself left. So, if you're a person that went from dreaming all the time and you haven't had a dream in like 2 years, you might be the last one left, dog. You might be the last one left.
So honestly, this is a crazy conspiracy, and what's even more shocking is that we don't really know too much about dreams and sleep, and the research on it is very difficult to conduct, so that's why we don't know much about it. Of course, the multi-dimension theory has been around for probably decades, if not centuries now, but if you think about it, hey, it might be plausible.
But it is gonna bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
We're not gonna yell at him.
No, of course not. It is a warm hoodie.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What? Oh my
really?
God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret cult. Look at that, making the world open and connected. Stream graph platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh, 2010.
No, it's 2010.
Oh no.
So of course, Mark Zuckerberg has definitely said some interesting things throughout the years. He said, I was human. He makes these kind of mistakes by accident that really do seem like he is almost trying to expose himself.
It's not our world.
None of this is real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Then I watched everybody talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it.
So I've always kind of thought that the things that Jim Carrey do, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird, some of these things like you've seen. It really doesn't even seem like he's acting at this point. Alright, so it is definitely a little bit weird that there are so many coincidences, you know, with the Pope and all of this kind of demonic symbolization. I'm not really sure what's going on here.
There's been so many different coincidences that Messi's been in that tie to really weird Freemason rituals. Look at this. Yeah.
What's going on?
There was an ad with Messi being pretty much like harassed weirdly in Freemasonry. It's called proximity ritual. And pretty much is when somebody gets like touched by the group.
Yeah.
It's a form of ritualized intimacy within a strongly
Okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
setting. This is the commercial that he was in.
Oh no.
Playing around with him.
No.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? The reason they do this though, it's their humiliation ritual, but it's also the initiation to join.
Yeah.
You can see Messi always gets physically touched and harassed, right?
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, yo, Lamine, why is he getting bathed by Messi? Like,
It's weird.
it's weird regardless.
It's
like,
weird as hell.
why?
Alright, so it definitely is interesting that there are so many different coincidences with Messi. I'm sure we've all seen clips of him getting baited, him being touched in games, and him being confused. This is all very weird, and it kind of is aligning with, you know, popular celebrities and things that we have heard about the ultra wealthy.
Did you know this song was written by the devil? Let's start at the beginning. He said that an angel sent from up above, which he's talking about Lucifer, came down to him when he was down and lit his world light up. You have to understand this because that's why he resembles all these other gods in the video. That's why Beyonce goes like this. This is 666. She does this intentionally. She is an evil, wicked woman, I'm telling you. You can see it in her face how evil she is. You can see the video, and then he said life is a what? Drug. Love. He said life is a drink and love is a drug as he shows kids adrenochrome going by. You have to, if you don't listen, I'm telling you right now, if you don't understand the symbolism in this, it's so dark and demonic. Now, okay, if you're, well, Coldplay is a Christian, Coldplay is this, I don't care what you think Coldplay is. The reality is if he was really talking about God, okay, that's what you would initially think he's talking about. When you watch the music video, it shows he's talking about everything but God, which means it represents the little g God of this world, which is the devil. You have to understand, and Beyonce 100% gets her lyrics from the devil. So these are songs that get downloaded and pushed through the devil because these people have signed contracts. Look for my video tonight. I'm telling you right now, look for my video tonight where I show you these artists actually admit that they've sold their souls to the devil. You have to understand this. You don't understand it because you don't want to see the truth because you like the music and you want to keep it to yourself. Oh, you know, Brother Dave, just don't be crazy with it. Well, you might not want to be crazy with it, but I want to protect my ear gate, my eye gate. Think about that. Let me know what other song I should do in the comments.
I mean, yeah, the symbolization in that song is something that I've never noticed, like in that music video that we just saw. It is pretty wild, and it does kind of make sense when he puts it in that frame.
In the Epstein files, Selena Gomez was actually mentioned in an email by Epstein. What? Sorry, you would have had fun. He has decided on Selena Gomez. Now, this was a month before Selena Gomez had her almost fatal surgery. So a month before, Epstein was emailing this. Theory is she did. So the theory goes, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber, they actually had a kid.
Oh, this kind of makes sense now.
And guess who the people speculated is right now?
Wait, hold on. I don't know.
Kourtney Kardashian's son, the one that looks like Justin. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that's actually Justin and Selena's kid. And what happened actually, because Justin and Selena had a kid together, the Illuminati wanted them to the kid, but Selena did not want to do that. She said, sacrifice me instead. Theory was she sacrificed herself, she died. And what we see now is a clone of Selena.
Oh my, that's mod.
So Justin Bieber, even in his music, he actually had some lyrics that correlate.
I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more.
Can't even see that. Yo, Selena sees the clone Selena. Yo, that's not her. Obviously, this is like a just theory. Yeah, but it's really, really interesting.
I mean, this is a pretty wild conspiracy, especially when you put everything together, the email, the kid, this song even, and all the photos that Selena and Justin have together. Obviously, it's none of my business really, but we know how crazy the files are, we know how crazy the man was and the people on the island were. This is totally plausible. But guys, you will not want to miss the insane last clip.
You won't believe what I found when I tried to draw a parameter around Antarctica. I just wanted to see how big and juicy that landmass really was. And look what happened. It created a very sus shape. Now, why on earth would it create a giant ring with an opening at the top of it? I did this for Australia just to make sure that it wasn't glitching out, and it gave me the big and juicy size of Australia. So what is going on with Antarctica? How could it possibly be this shape? You know, it kind of reminds me of the UN logo, you know, with the fancy feather things around it and the opening at the top. And not only that, but one of the only islands, one of the only areas that you can explore in Antarctica when you pay tens of thousands of dollars to tour there is called Deception Island. What do you think is going on at Deception Island? And if you decide to Google this, guys, Antarctica from space, every single image that you get is a computer-generated image. So, here's the thing, guys. Red Bull literally made a video called Kayaking Down the Ice Wall, and it shows this dude kayaking down the ice wall. Not only that, but Antarctica has an average elevation of over 8,000 feet above sea level. And it is kind of weird how every nation in the entire world unanimously agrees that we can't freely explore Antarctica. It's kind of weird, but I made this video for entertainment purposes only.
I mean, Antarctica having an island called Deception Island is pretty wild. That is just a weird name to name an island after all. And yes, of course it is very cold, so it's very hard to explore, but the fact that collectively multiple countries have said that you can't explore there is definitely interesting. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe and comment what you think about these conspiracies, and I'll see you guys in the next one.